Hello, എല്ലാവർക്കും good morning. അച്ഛൻ ഇന്ന് പ്രസംഗിച്ച പോലെ it is a privilege that we are here today and listening to everything that's going on. ഈ privilege തന്നെ ദൈവത്തിനാണ് നന്ദി. എത്ര നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞാലും not sufficient. So we are thankful for the privilege and at the same time we magnify him for the privilege that he has given. So Arjunam Shari have said that we should have a class like this. I mean, now the class is basically what is corona and how we deal with it and all. But I know everybody of you know much more because you all are reading and I am working. So you are reading every day. So I know you all know much more. But something which I would tell you now, the world is suffering with this disease called coronavirus disease. Coronavirus has been in the world since years together. They say a BC, before Christ, coronavirus was existing. They come to human by animal transmission. So through animal transmission, we have this transmission of coronavirus. It can come from anything which is a common cold. So it can just come as a common cold and move out, or it can form many big diseases of respiratory systems. Previously, coronavirus has come as something called SARS, and before that MERS. So two major diseases have come in through the coronavirus. Now this 2019 novel coronavirus is called COVID-19. That's a short form. Corona, CO, virus, E, I, and disease is D. And 2019. So 2009, it's yet disease is there. The virus is yet to be named, or the taxonomic group of the world has still to name the virus and the disease. It has spread so fast that they didn't even get time. So now it is a viral disease, ssRNA virus it is. So single stranded RNA virus we call. So it's a viral disease which is, so any virus, common cold like, one thing is, the basic thing is we all think that normal cold comes by drinking and eating cold stuff. No, it doesn't come by drinking and eating cold stuff. It comes through a virus. So that's it, influenza or common cold. Many types of viral diseases are there which comes into our body and we get. So the influenza and common cold comes in through virus. When we come in contact with a person who's already having viral fever or viral common cold. So when we come in contact, we come near the handkerchief of that person. We are in common room with that and he inhales and exhales that. So these are virus which spread very fast through droplets. So the spread of the virus, why it has become such a big pandemic is because it spreads through a droplet infection. So when I am speaking, the spit which comes out, when I am sneezing, the liquid that comes out, through anything, the most common, most densiest populated is our saliva. And in India, we see every nook and corner. When I take my dog out for a walk also, I see so many people spitting around. That saliva is full of coronavirus. So if a person sneezes, it is into the air. The virus is into the air, and you pass by to get that virus. If he spits, it is there. So the most common way how the virus spreads is droplet infection. Droplet infection, contact, and fomites. So droplet infection, I already told you how it spreads. And fomites means we rub our nose, we sneeze, we hold our hand somewhere, and then we touch everywhere possible. When we touch everywhere, we have transferred our virus from our hand to the objects we have touched. That's why doorknobs are very fast in carrying, because after we would have just put our hands on the nose and wiped our face or wiped something, and then we open a door. So the virus from our hand has gone onto the knobs. So like that in the vegetables, and that's why they said. But we actually don't know how long that fomites stay there alive. So it can be from 2 minutes to 9 days also. But usually in few hours we expect the fomites to dry up or kill itself, to change the physiology and die off. So touching things which have been already used by an infected person, coming in contact, sitting, using the utensils and all which an infected person has used. So these are the few ways of spread of coronavirus. So this year, that is the new strain of coronavirus which has come in, that is the COVID-19. So, as Achin already said, India is into um, going into community spread now. So, what are the levels of spread? When there are no cases or very few cases before lockdown, when we had before lockdown, there were very few countable cases. Those which used to come from abroad, flight who had come in the flight from abroad, they were all, that was the level zero when there was no cases or very few countable cases. Then number two is the sporadic cases when the numbers are little more high, but you can pick up each case. Each case is picked up. You can trace them where it has come. You can trace the contacts. So when we heard Kerala before, when other parts were not doing good, and we heard no Kerala was doing very good. Kerala, but that was the stage when it was sporadic cases. All cases which came into Kerala, they were able to trace where it has come from. They were able to trace who all they have been and quarantine everybody. That was sporadic cases. Then the third is the cluster cases when a group comes. So that is where when we heard from the Delhi, the Muslim group came. So like that, lot of groups when the groups got collected and then groups started cluster cases. Lot of so in Martali only you will have 5, 6, 10, 15 cases. Those are cluster cases. So cluster cases when in a family or a group, a lot of people get affected. Last is the community transmission. Community transmission is when you can't find out the source. So you can't find out where this person got from. You can't trace from where it has come. So like in our area in Chikmagaluri, one person came from Delhi. He has he was found positive. Now, it is not possible to go and trace from where he got because he went to UP, then he went to Maharashtra, and then he then came to Bangalore. Where to go and trace? When you can't trace a source, the entire family is quarantined, the entire family seems to be positive, so it's gone. It's gone beyond our hand. That is when community spread. And we are already into community spread. Maharashtra, Delhi, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu is extreme ends of community spread. Bangalore, Karnataka is starting off. We are following their lines now. Now, what happens is yesterday itself, 1,000 cases positive in Karnataka, of which 500 from Bangalore. 500 cases are from Bangalore. So, this is how fast it is going to spread now. Now, a few things. I mean, there's no point in talking. We don't have yet, there is no vaccination allowed. Next 1 year, we do not expect any vaccination to come unless a miracle happens. Vaccination comes only after 2 to 3 years a disease walks in. Can take 4, 5 years also. So next 1 year at least, there is no vaccination coming. All the WhatsApp messages that this vaccine, that vaccine is all wrong. Vaccination cannot come so fast. So only miracle has to happen to create a vaccination so fast. They are all working with double, triple, four speeds to create the vaccination. It doesn't come so fast. In next 1 year, there's no vaccination coming. Number one. Number two, this is virus. Like you treat viral cold. Now, if a person comes with a common cold, what do? You just give Dolo 650 or 650 because you know there is no treatment. There are much more viral diseases like chickenpox, where you have antiviral tablets, you have flu, that Tamiflu you have for flu vaccine, flu cases which have been like that. Studies are going on to create an antiviral drug against this type of virus. Like HIV, you have a list of antiviral drugs. So there are a lot of viral diseases where you have antiviral drugs. Now, like that, they are still creating. It is not formed. Every day, some or the other antibody gets positive, and then they work on that. But still now, there is no antiviral drug comes like life. If you go with fever to a doctor and the doctor diagnoses H1N1, so he gives an antiviral because there's a fixed antiviral tablet now ready for H1N1. If you have chickenpox, he gives acyclovir. If you have H1, he gives Tamiflu. So these are the antiviral tablets available against these drugs. But for corona, as of now, there is no antiviral. So if a disease comes and you are positive, you have no treatment actually available, but you treat antibiotic because the immunity has come down, so you will get some other bacterial infection. So you give antibiotics are not going to help. You give some other antiviral because you are just hoping that out of nowhere that antiviral will work somehow and bring it down the load. So you give. Then you give supportive treatment. So there is no actual treatment available. There is no vaccine available. Now, if that has to come in, it takes treatment. Tablets may take a year. Vaccine may take more than a year to come in. That so, how do we get over it? We get over it only through prevention. Before I go into prevention, I will tell you what are the signs and symptoms of now virus. Now, the basic problem is small. It starts off mostly with a fever. The fever, dry cough, tiredness, body pain, headaches. These are the common symptoms of coronavirus. So commonly you will see fever, dry cough, tiredness, body pain, headaches. No other thing may usually be there, but sometimes there are 2 to 10% people who have only nothing but diarrhea. They'll have only loose motion. So loose motions are not the loose motions which we often have 2, 3 and then we settle. It is watery motion. So a lot of loose motions. Then they say it is most important to identify is loss of taste and smell. So you don't enjoy your food that much. So loss of taste and smell. There may be rashes, may not be rashes. There may be conjunctivitis, there may not be conjunctivitis. So these are the symptoms which are serious symptoms when you know you have to act immediately. That is difficulty in breathing. Any difficulty in breathing, chest pain, loss of speech or movement of any part of the body, that is gone into a serious situation. But otherwise, so that is why, because these symptoms are nothing. You can have a dry cough and a fever for a common cold. You can have body pain and fever for a viral fever. So just because like it is any viral disease, it can mimic a common cold, or it can mimic a viral fever and go. So these are the symptoms which you have usually on an average after we come in contact with a person who already has COVID-19. It takes 5 to 6 days for us to get that disease and to show it on our body. So it usually takes 5 to 6 days time to show it. But then there are cases who come at the end of 14 days. So once the COVID test may be negative, but 14 days later they may come positive. So that is also a possibility. Since it is a wide range, that is why we are not able to control it, because it's beyond our range to control. You can't. There are patients after 14 days who have come positive, but they are all minimum rare cases. But then there are. So that is how. How much time do you take to recover? If it is any mild infection, then the recovery would be within 2 weeks. If it is severe infection, we may take as much as 6 weeks, 2 months, 8 weeks to recover. But usually we completely recover in a mild disease within 2 weeks of the disease. Of the 100 people, suppose 100 people, 100% people who get infected, 80%, 80 to 85% will be just common cold, and with no treatment it would go off. 80 to 85%. 3%, the world statistics says 3.5% have mortality. They died. 3.5%. Indian statistics says 2%, but that may be, yeah, 2% only for the time being. But we have, the population is so high in India that there are a lot of unrecordable populations which are getting affected and dying off without knowledge. So we do not know, but as of now, the statistic is 2%. So it is treatable most of the times. 85% will come and go. 10 to 15% may have little severe, needing hospitalization or ICU care and all that. Mortality is average 3.4% worldwide and 2% by India. There is nothing like, because it is very hot outside, or because we were very confident when Spain and America and all were crying out. India was confident because it is very hot and summer we will get saved. Nothing like that. It can only die at a temperature of 56 degrees centigrade for more than 15 minutes, which we don't see. So unless it is hot Rajasthan where it is approaching 50 degrees, but otherwise South India doesn't reach 50 degrees. So in hot summers or cold winters or ice or fridge, or these don't kill the virus. So that confidence level we have to drop out. So now, since we know that this is, and last thing I would say is about the virus is, this is here to stay. It is not going to go in 1 month, 2 months. No, it is going to stay, and we expect down the lane 1 to 2 years for it to stay. So, how do we then take it? Because when it started and became very bad, we had a lockdown. We had a lockdown of almost 1.5 months, breaking the entire economy of the India. But because of that lockdown, probably we started slow. We started very slow instead of the boom that would have happened before we could realize. So we made healthcare little more stronger in that 1.5 months, which lockdown was there. We made little more awareness. People got aware, because the entire trick of a trade is you get aware of the possible diseases you can have in your lifetime. So people are more aware of the situation. People are more aware how they have to precaution, and we can could make more healthcare. We could get more money into healthcare, may or may not be, but then that is what we expect. So and we could make more beds and people available for this time. So that is the benefit we gained over this. Once we stop the lockdown, then we know why we were, Bangalore was much better till now, is because 50% of the population is software. So they can work from home. They are all sitting at home. They are not going out. So they are, the precaution is happening. So how do we prevent further? Now we know yesterday 500 cases positive. 500 cases positive is those who have been tested. There are maybe 1,000 which are not tested. So what do we do? What are we to do to have good precaution so that we don't land up? The entire gist of this is, it is not that we get it and we get cured it. Hopefully we are come into that category in future. But we have to take precautions so that none of us get it. None of us are into that category who get it. So now is the most important part of the talk. How do we prevent it? The most important part of prevention is social distancing. That has to become a norm now. So avoid public places. After lockdown, now anyway, I have to go out every day to work. So I see small children to be taken to supermarket. What is the need? Small children are into supermarket with their parents buying stuff. Half of India are buying things online from before. Now, when this need of online is there, they want to go to market to buy. Buy online, which you were already doing. So, as much as possible, social distancing. Everything is delivered at doorstep now. So, the most important thing is social distancing. Even if you are in a, avoid crowds as much as possible. Why we are not taking so much? Why not interest in opening churches? We can open, no? 10 people can stand here and there and have it. The only thing, because we don't want this to increase from our side. So social distancing is very important. At least when you are with somebody, keep a distance of one more than 1 meter. So 1 meter is your more than your hand level. So more than 1 meter different distance has to be kept. Mostly these droplets are fine droplets, so they come and fall down. They don't come in big droplets. So if you have kept more than 1 meter different distance, that is 3 feet. 1 meter is 3 feet. 3 feet is that if we have our flooring, no, 1 square is 1 feet. So 3 feet difference has to be distance has to be maintained. Number two, as I told you, we touch everything and then we touch our hand, then we touch our face. So that touching our body multiple times have to be stopped. Touching here and there, that's where it's required. So once, because we have to touch here, the second thing in the line is regular and thoroughly hand washing. So wash your hands as many times as possible. Or use alcohol based hand wraps are there available everywhere now. You have to use alcohol based, but I don't know how much it is. 60% alcohol it should have. So alcohol based hand rubs or hand wash. Proper hand washing with soap and water is the best method if it is available. If it is not available, hand scrub with alcohol based hand scrubs. So that is number two, hand wash, hand wash, hand wash, hand wash. Keep distance, social distancing, social distancing. Avoid going to crowded places. Use always mask. Mask has to become the norm next 1 year. I don't think we can go out without a mask anytime. A mask is to protect ourselves and to protect others. One thing about that disease is we cannot live thinking myself. Selfishness doesn't come here. You think I will protect myself, I will live good, I will do this, I will not get it. It is not going to happen. Unless we protect the person in front of us, we don't get protected. So you wear mask to protect yourself, to protect others. I saw now Wildcraft is also come out with masks. Different types of masks. There are all fashionable masks in market. So use mask every time you go out, you meet people. Number one, you go out only when required. Most of the companies you all are working have given you work from home option. You all are lucky to have that option. Okay, so when you are working from home, there is no need to go out. You are ordering stuff, things are coming home. Please avoid meeting people. What do I tell my pregnant patients? All pregnant patients I tell is avoid meeting people. No meeting people. It is some doom we are all seeing each other right now. Definitely we'll move out of it. How does herd immunity come? Herd immunity comes when we have about 60% have already come in contact with the 60% of the population has come in contact with the virus, then we develop herd immunity. So definitely we'll develop, but the 1.5 months of lockdown we had no herd immunity, but it's benefit and bad at the same time. So everything is goes like that only. So now we are developing, we will in the stage, but we will lose many in this run also. Our members only, their parents, father, mothers have developed COVID. My second cousin died of COVID now, recently. So we are going to go through this stage All of us, we may see our near and dear ones suffering and going away, but then the rate is very less. So stay home, isolate yourself, isolate yourself as a family. Don't go to people who already have cold, cough, fever, headache. You have a feeling that somebody has, don't go in contact with them. It is not being rude, but it is being helpful to them and yourself. Any mask, social distancing, and hand washing. These are the three tricks: social distancing, hand washing, mask. Three tricks which is going to save you, nothing else. So that is what. Stay home as much as possible. When it is not possible, take adequate precautions and go out. um, that is all about taking precautions. Now, the last thing is, I will stop in 5 minutes. So the last thing where we have it, now we know how to take precautions, we know how it comes, we know how it spreads, we are well aware of it. Now what happens if we get tomorrow, one of us gets fever? There is big time panic situation now. Half of the hospitals don't take fever. They check fever on the gate. If fever is there, they don't let you enter. So first thing is don't panic. We all get fever, cold. The minute throat pain is there every day night because I wear mask full day. Full morning to night I am masked. 9:30 when I am coming home, because of the full day mask, my throat and this is all dry. So I feel throat pain. In the night when I am coming back, I feel throat pain. Then I am scared. Okay, I am going to get it or not. But it's not that. We have to be patient. We have to be confident. And God is there always with us. So don't panic. If there is fever, suddenly one fever has come and everybody panics. So no panic, don't panic. Panicking is not going to help. Uh, First thing, take care of the fever, take care of the cold, treat yourself. There are many people who say we don't want to do treatment. This will we wait. No, a lot of people wait for naturally treatment to happen. So don't be foolish enough to do that. Treat yourself. um, Cold and fever, you all know citizens, Cinerest, Dolo 650. Treat yourself. Once you know that it is not getting, take a time 24 hours, 48 hours, it would definitely settle down. But if you feel any of the symptoms like breathing difficulty or anything is increasing, there is always fever clinics available. So fever clinics are there across Bangalore. For our Whitefield, Marthalli, Kundanalli, Apollo Clinic, Kundanalli has fever clinic. For this area, Sakra has fever clinic. Columbia Asia Whitefield has fever clinic. So now yesterday, saw one patient whose delivery is Wednesday. She is going to get admitted on Wednesday for delivery. I saw her yesterday afternoon in the OPD and then 1:30, 2 o'clock, and she goes home. She calls me at 3:30. After coming from hospital, I have fever. After coming from, it is 99. From 99 to 100 to 101 till night, I answered 10 calls from her. That fever is increasing, fever is increasing. Now the thing is, they have already decided they have COVID. Huh? And I cannot call them to hospital because motherhood and Apollo, these are all single specialty. They don't take fever. So hospital also decided they have COVID. Everything is sitting. Today morning, now fever is completely gone. So there is no fever. So no need to panic. Just a sign of fever is not COVID. Just a sign of common cold is not COVID. Sometimes I feel many of us would have had already and gone. We would have just crossed it and gone off. But so no need to panic. There are fever clinics everywhere. You just need a doctor's prescription to do a COVID test. You can always get a COVID test done. But if you have any uh, serious problems like all of you have gone through common cold and viral fever. So you know how it comes and goes. But so if you feel if it is increasing, always there are people to help you. We are not isolated, we are not single, we are all together. So there are always people to help you and carry you. There are hospitals now. Till now, Victoria and Rajiv Gandhi was only admitting patients with COVID, but now the numbers are so much that they can't tend to it. So I think last few days, all medical colleges will entire Karnataka, every single medical colleges have to segregate beds for COVID. There are private hospitals. St. John's is taking in COVID patients. Sakara already has 15-20 COVID patients. Vaidehi has. So everything is treatable provided we take care of ourselves. So the minute you feel that you have any symptoms and signs of common cold or fever, isolate yourself. Isolate yourself is the first thing which you have to do. Isolate, see 24 hours how it is going. It would usually settle down without any problem. If it is not settling, you feel one of these hospitals will definitely cater to the needs of COVID patients. There are nearest to our church, I found out Apollo Clinic Kundanali has a fever clinic. They are time specific. So anytime walk into that, they will take care of it according to the clinic time. And these are the hospitals I told for us, which is nearby to who are admitting. Anytime Vaidehi has COVID uh, wards, so these can be taken care of. And last but the least is the severe cases. We have to leave it. I mean, treatment is there. Everybody, there are a lot of treatment there. We know of so many elderly people also who have come out of these diseases because in severe cases. So hope God is there. The last thing which I would like to mention before I close now is mm, we have gone through now, I think March middle it started. So April, May, June, already 3 months over. In this 3 months, it's not only COVID that is killing. It is the stress. There are people who, so like the patient who had yesterday, till today morning, I think she could have lost 10 kg weight yesterday and today because she was sure she got COVID and she will not get it. So it's not only COVID that is killing. 3 months of insecurity, of loneliness. There is lot of mental health that is getting affected. Lot of people requiring lot of support systems. People have lost job, money, that and all. You all know. But according that is our job to help them as and when required. You all know that. So I don't need to talk. But the thing is, a lot of mental support is required. People have broken mentally because they have nobody to talk to. They can't go out of the house. They are scared to the core to go out. There is nobody to talk to. Only talk is the phone with people. So it is our duty to take care of the mental. The first thing is if any one of us has that problem, distract as much as possible. I basically feel this 1.5 months of lockdown and possibly it is the time to enjoy with our family, to spend more time with our family, which we have missed all these years. Huh? All these years of working 24 into 7, use that time to do things with to take. If you have lot of time, if you have no time, then that is different. If you have lot of time, use it up to find out your lost hobbies. Always what you wanted to do inside the house, not traveling. Inside the house, what you wanted to other things, spend time with others. There are so many people started writing books, started writing things. So get hold of your mental and physical health and move on and pray because that is our ultimate friend. So, thank you.
താങ്ക് യു ഡോക്ടർ. ഈ ഡോക്ടറിനോട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിക്കാം. സ്റ്റാൻലി
അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാം അച്ഛാ. അല്ല, ചോദ്യങ്ങളുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ചോദിക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം.
രണ്ട് ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ആണ്. ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചാറ്റിൽ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം, അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചോദിക്കാം. അതിനുള്ള മറുപടി ഡോക്ടർ നൽകുന്നതാണ്.
Hello. ഡോക്ടർ ആനന്ദാണേ. ഡോക്ടർ, ഇത് ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം വന്നാൽ പിന്നെയും വരത്തില്ല എന്നുണ്ടോ? അതോ ഇത് സെക്കൻഡ് ഇൻഫെക്ഷന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ന്യൂസ് വന്നു, അത് ശരിയാണോ?
ശരിയാ. കാരണം it is not like chicken pox. Chicken pox is also viral. ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം നമുക്ക് ചിക്കൻ പോക്സ് വന്നാൽ it will not come back. We are sure lifelong immunity ഉണ്ട്. But this is not going to give that immunity is what is into the recent study. It gives immunity only 3 to 6 months. So if we get a COVID right now, there is like dengue. Dengue also doesn't give a lifelong immunity. Dengue you can always get back because there are other strains of dengue virus. So likewise, this has as far as the study is, only 3 to 6 months immunity is there. So getting COVID just means that next 3 to 6 months you won't get it. You may get it again. Number one, even when the vaccine comes, it just means that we are just bringing down the load by taking vaccine. So it will work only 3-6 months. We will have to keep vaccinating again and again. So that is what the recent thing is. We may get it again. That is why I said mask, social distancing, and hand washing is to stay with us for next 2 years.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Doctor, is it advisable to buy oximeter and keep at home if there is seniors or younger kids at home?
Not required, because since all these people are there with you often, and you know how a cold develops and a fever develops and goes off, it is not required. It is not, because when you are you have this instrument, you are keep checking it every day. I mean, I don't know of a person who has kept an oximeter somewhere in the house and forgotten about it to be used in emergency. Those who have every day, 5 times in a day, they will come and check if their saturation is good, saturation is good. That only will bring their mental health down and they will be less. We have to increase our immunity physically and mentally. So get off it. It is there. It is there. We have to take care. We have to prevent, do all prevention. But we can't go thinking mad about it that, okay, it is there around us and we are going to get it, going to get it, going to get it. No. Let us keep that away. If required, it is always available. In case we have or somebody has, like now Gopalan Millennium has, so they have shut down everything. Now that doesn't mean that others are going to get it. Yesterday, my patient, she lives in Gopalan Millennium, two blocks away. So she delivered 1 week back. They are saying, doctor, we will rush to Kerala today. I said, you sit inside the house, lock your room and house. They are not going to, the virus is not going to jump 2 blocks and come to you. Anyway, nobody is coming. You sit inside the house. Take care. So no need to panic. No need to keep things. In that case, we have to keep many things in our house one after the other.
Thank you, doctor.
ഡോക്ടർ, ഡെയിലി ഓഫീസിൽ പോകുന്നവര് തിരിച്ച് വൈകുന്നേരം വീട്ടിൽ വരുമ്പം ടേക്ക് കെയർ ചെയ്യേണ്ട പ്രിക്കോഷൻസ് ഒന്ന് ബ്രീഫ് ചെയ്യാമോ?
So daily office പോയിട്ട് വരുമ്പം first thing is keep your go directly to the bathroom, take a bath, keep your dress for washing and come out. You are back to square. So that's all. Instead of chatting with your family and going to the kitchen and eating food, directly go to the bathroom, get yourself a good bath, come out, put your dresses for washing daily basis. I have stopped using sarees now because you can't wash it every day. So I have to wear it like that. Wash your clothes every day, come and take bath. That's all, nothing else. Which was regular before. Only thing is, before we would have snack, bite, talk and everything and then go to bath. Now go to bath and come back. That's it.
Dr. Teena,
Yes.
I'm John here.
Yes, sir, uncle.
Hello.
Yes, Uncle Para, Keka.
See, I have a peculiar problem of my oxygen level remaining only around 90-92. I have an oximeter at home.
Yeah.
I keep monitoring. It's around 90-92.
Yes,
But as per some of the suggestions, if it is less than 95, you have to immediately get the oxygen cylinder or get assistance from hospital and things like that is there.
Yes.
So what do you suggest? Because I have a different problem also, you know, my
So,
immunity is already zero.
uncle, your problem is different because of
Yeah.
basic problems. Your saturation is 90-92, so that doesn't call for any oxygen cylinder right now. You stay at home. You are very prone. Your immunity is very low, so you should see to that you are not in contact with anybody, anyone outside, because it is easy. With low immunity,
No, that part I'm taking care. From 11th of March, I'm just strictly inside the house, not going out at all
so for
for
you, 90,
anything.
92 is normal. You need
90,
not
90 to 92.
90 to 92 is fine. So if it drops below that 80s, then you have to be into the hospital.
I know about it, but the thing is, everybody keeps saying, all the doctors keep saying it should be 95. Less than 95 is dangerous.
That is
And
for
then
the
in my
general norm.
case, even a little bit of breathing exercise keeps it going up, you know, up to 95 and all. When it drops, immediately it drops.
Yeah,
Within 10 minutes, it will drop.
95 and above for normal public who don't have underlying any ailments. So yours normal is 90 to 95. So you maintain that much. For a normal individual without any basic underlying disease, it is above 90, 97, 98, 99. So for them is that talk. For you,
Okay. Okay, thank you.
thank you, ma'am.
Teena, Anila here.
Yes,
I have a
Anil.
couple of questions. One, how often should we change a mask? And secondly, is it advisable to go for a walk? Usually we go for a walk sometime in the evening, a walking track. So is it advisable when there is less crowd? Or
So two
yeah,
things. Mask, if you are using an N95 mask, then
yeah,
you can use it for a week, 1 week. You
okay,
use it for 1 week and then dispose it. Or you can, there are washable masks. So you wash it and reuse it for 1 week. So you can reuse like that. There are cloth masks, homemade masks are there, double mask to use. You can always wash it daily basis and use. But the regular N95, you use it for a week, you wash it, or you can reuse it. But the thin
thank you.
flimsy N95, you use 1 week and throw it. I use
Yeah.
1 week because hospital gives only weekly one mask. That also one hospital, other doesn't give. So
Okay.
from morning 8 in the morning to night 9:30, I use that mask for 1 week and then throw it because then only I get the other mask.
Fine, fine, fine.
And
And I was asking because I don't use it regularly, but then is how that's why I was just asking. Maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes I'll have to go to school. In that case, I'll be using, and then so that was the
so
reason.
how do you use the mask is you use it only once or twice in a week. Now you
Yeah.
can't go and come and dump that mask every day. So what you do is you come back, keep that mask wherever nice sunlight is there and leave it there for the next couple of days.
Okay.
So it is non-touch. So by non-touching things, only half the things will die away. Then you wear it the next time. So you can use it for a long time, provided they are not left here and there. That is the.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
And the second
Yeah,
question was, can you walk in the walkway?
yeah,
When there are very less people or almost nil people, it is good to walk. Air is always blowing, so it will blow and take away everything. So when good air is blowing, you can have a good walk. Little away, people now I think in our community and all there's an uncle who keeps 6 feet difference, 6 meter difference.
fine, fine.
So keep your distance and nice air is flowing, you can go for a walk. But if everybody starts thinking no, because the flats have 1,000 flats,
I know.
so that has to be taken care of. If there are not much people, you are maintaining your good social distancing with a mask because the air is blowing, it is fine to walk.
Thank you.
Doctor, there's a question on chat from Sachin. He's asked, what is the best way of sanitizing home delivered goods?
So sanitizing. Now what patients will say, doctor, every fruits and vegetables which comes, I will sanitize first, then wash with soap, then wash with water. I think how much time they have. So not required all this. Number one, food doesn't carry. Cooked food which you order doesn't carry. The dabba may carry, but the food doesn't carry any virus. Milk doesn't carry. The milk packet held by the others make. You wash it. So what I do, I don't have time. So what I do, I buy vegetables in the morning when I go out for a walk with the dog. I buy vegetables. I bring the vegetables and leave it at one corner of the kitchen. Until then I go to work, come back in the night. Till night it is left there without touching, with sunlight falling on it. Then night I just water wash it and use it. So that is it. Don't become finicky about it and don't start scrubbing and washing with sanitizers and then using it. All that is not required. Wash with running tap water. Keep it away. Don't use it for some time. Rewash it with tap water and use it. Don't buy things and keep immediately into the fridge because fridge can hold the virus for longer time. So keep it away. In normal room temperature, leave it for hours together. It will die. When you buy food, when you buy Swiggy food, first thing is buy less. Cook at home. You have time. You are all at home, so cook at home. Then second, if you Swiggy it, that the man has given the dabba, you leave the dabba in the dustbin or outside wherever. Take the packet, and then if it is a foil, you open the foil, put the food in a basket, throw the foil, and wash your hands. It's done. You don't have to scrub the dabba with it, then the inside dabba with it, then the food you eat. It's done. Food doesn't carry, like breast milk doesn't carry. So you can breastfeed. Even a highly COVID patient can give breast milk. If it is very bad, you take it out and give. Otherwise, you suck. It doesn't carry. The food doesn't carry. Okay, that I think answers Sachin's question. So he will buy vegetables, Sachin. Buy vegetables, keep it there for some time, wash with tap water, keep it outside, wash with tap water. That's all.
ഡോക്ടർ ഒരു റീയൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയ മാസ്ക് സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? അതായത് വാഷബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള എന്തെങ്കിലും മാസ്ക് സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? വിച്ച് ഐ ക്യാൻ ബൈ ഓൺലൈൻ ഓർ സംതിങ്.
Online, you get that Amazon. You get one mask with a respirator in it. That is good enough. It can be washed and reused. I think 2-3 times. You can't use it for more than a month. You reuse it every week, wash it and use it. The one which is there in Amazon can be reusable. It comes with a respirator. So there's a small hole which you open it.
Good morning, doctor. This is Teena here. I have heard that taking lime juice or gooseberry or ginger or turmeric can boost our immunity and we can have a better fight against the virus. Does it really help, doctor?
Teena, from years together, we know vitamin C heals. So even if post-surgery wounds are bad, when nothing works, we give vitamin C because vitamin C heals. So all your lime juice and everything is vitamin C. So now, if I sit in one place 24/7 and eat all junk and then take vitamin C or gooseberry and lime water, it's not going to work out. You have to improve your immunity. So improving immunity also includes exercise, half an hour for some form of exercise, balanced food, all that. So vitamin C becomes a part of boosting your immunity. Doesn't take us away from the disease, but yeah, it gives our immunity. Anything which boosts immunity is good. So that's it. But
Thank you.
Can't take vitamin C and then go to the COVID patient and say, hi, I am immune, I have gooseberries. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, doctor.
Dr. Rajan here.
Yes.
Yeah, what is this herd immunity which says maybe after 3-4 months the whole thing will get reduced because of the herd immunity?
So herd immunity is like tuberculosis. Okay, when I explain it in the form of TB. So we all are now, we are a country where maximum TB is there. TB is in the air. Okay, but we don't get TB because over the years we developed immunity. That is called herd immunity. So once 60% of the population have crossed the virus. So either the virus has come, we have got in contact with the virus, or we are infected ourselves or gone through the disease ourselves. Once this stage, when 60% of the population has come across the virus, that is when herd immunity starts. Herd immunity means our immune system is better enough to push that away. A baby, children who are born in US. So there are many couples who go for work to US. They have their children born there. 1 month after the child is born, they bring the child to India. The child develops TB because the child in US, there is no TB. In India, TB is there in the air. So the minute they walk in, they get some form of TB. So that is how, because over the years you drink regular water, you get immunity. If you are born and from that day you drink distillery water, 16 years if you drink a regular water, you will get infected. So that is what our immune status. Herd immunity is a wider form of it. So when 60% of the population is already in, so that is why July, August, September only we will get 3-4 months, because 1.5 months was lockdown. There was no infection. After that, now it is started. So we expect 2-3-4 months for 60% of the population to be infected in some way or the other. So that is when we start off with herd immunity.
Thank you.
താങ്ക് യു ഡോക്ടർ ടീന. വളരെ ഇൻഫോർമേറ്റീവ് ആയിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ഒരു സെഷൻ. ആളുകൾക്കൊക്കെ ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ അറിയാനുണ്ട്, ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ട്. പറഞ്ഞ എല്ലാ മറുപടികൾക്കും പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ടുള്ള സന്തോഷം അറിയിക്കട്ടെ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ പേഴ്സണലി സംശയങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഡോക്ടർമാരോട് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ വിളിച്ച് ചോദിക്കാം. അവരതിനുള്ള മറുപടികളൊക്കെ തരും. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇതിൽ സംബന്ധിച്ച് എല്ലാവരെയും ഓർത്ത് സന്തോഷം അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഡോക്ടർ ടീനയോട് ഇത്തരം സെഷൻ ലീഡ് ചെയ്തതിന് ഇടവകയായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രത്യേകമായ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.